And so, the hunt begins again.
I just spent like 50 plus hours on this game. And at the end of the game, I essentially take the spot of the old guy that I just killed, and that's it. And you have this mysterious moon monster coming down and doing something to me at the end where the game doesn't fucking, like explain anything. Now, here's the thing. I did have everything I needed to fight that being that came down from the moon. I chose not to because, quite frankly, I'm tired of this game. I'm tired of the boss fights, and I just wanted to finish the damn game. Tomorrow, I'm not going to think about this game. I'm not going to game at all. It's Easter. I'm going to spend it with my family. I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to relax. I'm going to not think about fucking BloodBorne or trying to level up my character or all this other bullshit. I mean, there are a lot of hardcore fanboys who love Dark Souls 2. And I have to admit, I did enjoy Dark Souls 2. I didn't really get into Dark Souls. I didn't really like that game too much, but I enjoyed Dark Souls 2. The thing about these games is that they are so fucking vague. This game doesn't tell you what to do, where to go. It doesn't give you any hints on what you should do, what you should be doing in the game. It just expects you to freaking wander around, and hopefully you'll figure out what you're supposed to be doing. I can't tell you how much time I had to spend researching online to figure out what it was I was supposed to be doing. I would get through a specific boss battle, and normally in Dark Souls 2, after you beat a boss, it would open up a new area, and it was pretty clear where you needed to go. In this game, it's not like that. In this game, you could beat a boss, and it's not really clear where the hell you're supposed to go, And supposedly there's this specific order in which you're supposed to beat this beat these bosses. Which is, whatever. I mean, I didn't really try to beat these bosses in any kind of order. I just kind of beat them as I came across them. And here's the other thing about this game. When I bought Dark Souls 2, they had a strategy guide for the game that you could buy right when you bought the game. And the strategy guide was awesome. It told you, some more about the story of the game. It told you, about the specific areas, where specific items were in the game. This game does not have a fucking strategy guide. And you want to know why it doesn't have a fucking strategy guide? Because the developers wanted to make this game even more difficult. I guarantee you, I promise you, that there is a goddamn strategy guide done and ready to go. I mean, they could probably release the shit tomorrow. They are holding the strategy guide back because they want this game to be as difficult as possible for as long as possible. And they want it to have some kind of mystique. They want this game to seem more mysterious than it is. Well, let me break the fucking mystery for you. Alright. You essentially play as a hunter who, at the beginning of the game, you get put to sleep by some weird bandaged old fucker in a goddamn wheelchair. And I was under the impression that I was trying to find the cure for pale blood or something. And then all of a sudden you get inside this world and you're killing these big monsters who you don't know who they are, you don't know what the hell they are. There's no story development whatsoever. I mean, you run across these weird ass characters, you don't know who the hell they are, or what their role is really. And
all signed and sealed. Now, let's begin the transfusion.
What is this shit?
Don't you worry. Whatever happens, you may think it all a mere bad.
Are they starting the game over for me? What the hell is this shit? And I'll continue my my thoughts here after I find out what the hell is going on here. Yeah, so right after you beat the game, they immediately start the game over again in New Game Plus. Now, granted, you probably get to keep all of the items that you picked up, but I have no interest whatsoever in... Why does my guy's hair look weird? Like... Oh, okay, he has like a bag over his head. I guess that must be part of this hat, man. I don't know. Okay, so whoop-de-doo. So after you beat the game, you get to have the option of starting all over again in what they call New Game Plus. And obviously I have no fucking interest in doing this. See... Here's what I mean. The very first note in the game says, seek pale blood to transcend the hunt. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and jump out of this because I have no interest in doing any of this garbage. Here's the thing. I never learned what the fuck pale blood was the entire goddamn game. I swear to God. You could watch every single video of my playthrough, and you tell me if you ever see or hear anything about a pale blood. And let me show you something real quick. Let me show you how long I played this fucking game. Look at this shit. 63 hours and 4 minutes. And you want to know something? About, I don't know, I would say about 10 hours or more was spent on farming. And if you don't know what farming is essentially going in a specific area, killing the same guys over and over again, just so you could get blood echoes to level up your character. And I shit you not, man, I would just sit on my couch for like 1 to 2 to 3 hours at a time and just farm so I could level up my character, so I could actually beat some of these freaking bad guys. I finished the game at level 104, and like I said, I logged about 63 hours. Now, there are people out there, when this game first came out, there are people that said, oh, you know, this is a 40 to 45 hour game. Yeah, it's a 40 to 45 hour game if you take out all of the fucking grinding. And if you know, God forbid, you get stuck on a boss like I did. I mean, that last boss, I shit you not, I've been stuck on him for like 3 hours or more, man. It's ridiculous. Now, obviously, like, I wasn't playing him for 3 hours. I would take a break and, you know, try to think of different tactics I could use and stuff like that. But I kid you not, man, I made 8 videos ranging from 8 minutes to 20 minutes in length of me just dying to that last boss. That's how ridiculous that dude was. And it wasn't like he was real hard, because I had his pattern down. You know, it's just, if you mess up with just one little bit, he will catch you with a hit, and that's it, man. He will one hit kill you, and boom, you're done. All I could say is, you need to be high level at the end of this game. You need to have high health. You need to have a maxed out weapon. And just good luck, man. I mean, this game was just repetitive by the end. And I was super excited when this game first came out. So excited. Let me tell you something. That excitement wore off pretty damn quickly as the game went along. I would say after like the first 2 days of me playing, I was starting to get worn out. I mean, every time I discovered a new area, I would get excited because I was excited at the prospect of learning more about this supposed story that never really, took shape. It's ridiculous. I mean, this story was non-existent. But it's done, man. And I'm just gonna go ahead and end this here. I'm glad this game is over. I know that there was an optional boss, and like I was saying earlier, I chose not to fight the optional end boss because, quite frankly, I'm tired of this game. I don't want to play it anymore. I just want to be done with it. And I am truly happy that I beat that last boss and I could just move on to something else. I'm really looking forward to just playing anything else at this point. I mean, I could play like Super Mario Brothers and the story would be better than this garbage. I will have a full review out on Monday, mark my word. And yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be giving this game rave reviews like everybody else. Everybody else is, giving this game 9s and 10s and all this other nonsense. And I just don't agree with it. Yes, there are certain aspects about this game that are done very well. I think the combat in the game is done very well. I like how quick your character moves. I think the boss design is awesome. Like, some of these bosses, they just look flippin' top notch. Like, absolutely amazing. The art team, whoever was in charge of designing these bosses, they did a fantastic job. I mean, the bosses were great. The game was fun up to a point, but when you find yourself just running into these certain bad guys that can kill you in 1 to 2 hits when you're like level like 90 and 80 and stuff like that, I mean, it's ridiculous, man. I mean, it got to the point where the little bad guys leading up to the boss were more difficult and challenging than the actual boss. And I don't know, man. There are just some portions of this game were just such a grind that I don't know. I'm just happy to be done with it, and that's that. That is BloodBorne. I don't understand the ending. I thought the ending was a huge kick in the nuts after spending 63 hours playing this fucking game, and then they give you a shitty ass ending like that. So basically, the end of this fucking game, you kill this old guy in a fucking wheelchair, and then you get sucked in by this goddamn monster who we don't know what the fuck it is, and then you essentially end up taking the old guy's place who you killed. Yeah, man, that's a fantastic flippin' ending after 63 hours of gameplay, dude. At any rate, this is the Well-Traveled Gamer, and I am extremely happy to be done with BloodBorne, and I will have a full review up on Monday. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your night or day, depending on when you're watching this video. Thanks, guys.